Stock number 7 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to everybody's favorite short track, Bristol Motor Speedway, Bristol, Tennessee, as we're here today for the running, excuse me, for the running of the Food City 500, as we are set for 75 laps of action on this .533 mile racetrack. Sorry for the hiccups of air, guys, but hopefully they'll cure here in a few minutes. But we are set for racing here today, and here's starting the line for today's running event. On the pole, it is Dylan Young, the number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac. He'll be alongside Sky Commons, the Quaker State Buick, Quaker State Ford, car number 26. And by the way, both these drivers carry in-car cameras in today's event. Starting row 2, in today's event, car number 4, William Brock, the winner this season at Rockingham in the Kodak Film Chevrolet. He'll be alongside Quentin Moore in the Sitco Ford, car number 21. Third row has the championship leader, Joshua Osborne in the number 15 Motorcraft Ford, and Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwin Chevrolet, car number 3. Fourth row will have Jonathan Zorlin, number 25, the Kodiak Chevrolet, and alongside Becca Tellier in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. Row 5 will have car number 5, Jay Jefferson in the Tide Chevrolet, and Keith Batson, car 20 Texaco Haviland Ford. The 6th row will find TJ Dent in 68, the Country Time Ford, and the Bojangles Ford of Seth Cole. Next row down has car number 90, Paul Minnick, and number 42, Kyle Matthews. Winner this season at Richmond this season. He'll be alongside. Next row down will have car number 30, Ty Dent in the Pennzoil Pontiac, and number 83, Vince Alborego in the Purex Detergent Ford. Next row down has Eli Bright, the Daytona 500 champion in the Rebes's Ford, car number 8, and number 14, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet of Nicholas Wade. Next row down, Diego Yepes, number 1, the Skull Classic Ford, and Jessica Shelton in the Budweiser Ford, car number 11, going for 3 in a row. She won the last 2 races at Darlington and Texas this season, and she has her 3rd in-car camera in today's event. Next row down, Charles Sanford, number 24, the DuPont Chevrolet, and number 18, Preston Plort in the Interstate Battery Chevrolet. Next row down, Riley Spurley, number 27, the McDonald's Ford, and Mike Becker, number 44, the STP Pontiac. Next row down, Kat Batson, number 16, Keystone Beer Ford, and Ryan Brommer, number 33, the Skull Bandit Chevrolet. Next row down has number 12, the Meineke Ford of Rob Evans, and number 40, Mitchell Collins in the Dirt Devil Pontiac. Next row down, Zachary Fitzwater, number 52, the Napa Auto Parts Ford, and number 55, Nathan Orman, the Jasper Engines Ford. Next row down, Dylan Poteet, car 22, took the Maxwell House Ford, and number 75, James Henry in the Factory Stores of America Ford. Next row down has number 17, Zach Winkle in the Western Auto Chevrolet, and Johnny Gardner coming from way, way back in the Hooters Ford, car number 7. Another driver going from way, way back, Jesse Turner in the 71, Dave Marcusone Chevrolet, and number 9, Simon Bloomfield in the Orkin Pest Control Ford. And starting shotgun the field will be Jose Mills in number 31, the Mom and Pop's Biscuits Ford. Mom and Pop's Biscuits Goodwrench Chevrolet. Dadgum hiccups. So the field's about to get the command to fire the engines as we get set for 75 laps of action here at Bristol, Tennessee. So here comes the command to fire them up for the Food City 500.
Drivers, start those engines!
So the field is about to get the green flag here. Laps at Bristol will not take very long, though, about 15 seconds a lap. Around this racetrack here, Dylan Young, the number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac, is on the pole. Sky Commons in the Quaker State Ford. Alongside, Commons had a pretty good season so far. In the first 6 races of the year, the green flag is out. We're underway in the Food City 500. Well, and trouble's already brewed here. Here's the yellow flag flies for the first time here today. Nicholas Wade in the 14 has crashed. And we also saw Quentin Moore almost got turned. Joshua Osborne almost got turned as well in the got turned sideways in the 15. These cars do have a tendency to want to run a bit too wide off the turn. Here at Bristol, you see Sky Commons got off the wall a little bit. He gets into Sky Commons and turns, or not Sky Commons, but Quentin Moore, about turned Osborne around in the 15. I don't know. We'll check it. We'll see what happened to him a little bit in a minute. But I see Nicholas Wade got turned in the 14 car, and as he gets right into Quentin Moore's car, poor Quentin Moore, second race in a row at Bristol, he's got turned. He got turned. Remember the last time he was at Bristol for the night race, he and Zachary Fitzwater got into it, come off the second turn, battling for the win. And you see Nicholas got off the wall just a little bit and got turned by Jessica Shelton in number 11. Nicholas then got back going and then decides to hit the 21 of Quentin Moore for some inexplicable reason. So Dylan Young did lean back to the green flag, and they see back to the yellow flag rather, and they see right there Osborne still trying to save the car coming off the fourth turn, and let's just say Osborne pulls off here again. Sky Commons gets off the wall, come off turn number 2, gets across Quentin Moore and Zorlan's car. Commons saves it in the 26 car. Osborne just gets a little bit of damage along the inside wall. And watch Osborne just dirt track that car, number 15. Whew, that was close. Got doggone close to spinning that car out there and just barely, I think. Yeah, dropped from 5th place starting spot down to 18th, so as he saw him barely just beat Jessica Shelton back to the line. Well, the first yellow flag of the day didn't last long, and didn't miss a restart. Sorry about that. Dylan Young leads on the restart here. William Brock is second position. Third is Sky Commons, and it's Jay Jefferson and Cole Deaver, the top 5. On board Sky Commons' car as the yellow flag is flown for the second time while here today. And apparently it was Nathan Orman in the 17 of Zach Winkle, and I thought I heard cars, hit each other. I don't know what happened, but yep, it was in the back of the pack. It was Quentin Moore in the 21 as he made a 3-wide between Orman and Winkle. Winkle got off the wall, and Orman got turned in the situation here, and both of them spinning. Simon Bloomfield, I think, got a little piece of the 17 car, but not really much. But so really no harm, no foul here in Bristol. So 2 caution flags in the first 15 laps. We'll get the restart on lap number 15. We'll still have 60 laps of racing left to go. And I'll tell you, if this keeps up here at Bristol, there is going to be pretty much heck to pay for every field here. We may have a wreck fest here like we did at Richmond. Hope not. Green flag back out. Dylan Young still leads. It's Brock, Commons, Jefferson, Deaver in fifth position, and Keith Batson sixth. Seventh is Becca Tellier. Eighth is TJ Dent. Ninth is Jonathan Zorlin. And 10th now is Seth Cole as he and Kyle Matthews run side by side. Matthews looks inside in number 42 machine as he and Seth lock horns for 10th position. Kyle gets it, come off the fourth turn. And now Vince Almarego, who's had a superb start to the season in that 83 car, has yet to win a race in his career in this series, but he'd like to get one this season as well as that 83 car is run. And whoa, somebody's and Jesse Turner in the 71 car is now being lapped by Dylan Young. There's these Sky Comets now at the second place in the Quicker State Ford. As you ride with Sky Comets, and apparently as Sky tries to get up on Dylan Young in the number 2 car, he sees it's right there. Jay Jefferson in third. Cole Deaver now up to fourth position in the number 3 car as Keith Batson now follows him. Deaver, the winner this season at Atlanta in the Motorcraft 500. Bumper cam from Dylan Young's car. Jay Jefferson trying to get up on the inside of Sky Commons' car. Commons closing up, and whoa, Commons got a little tail have to come off the fourth turn as Jefferson's all over him there. As you see, 3 makes of cars. Pontiac first, Ford second, and third is now a Chevrolet. Actually, Chevy's 3 and 4, and then you got a Ford in fifth with Keith Batson, who, by the way, won the last time he was at Bristol in the night race last season in the Haviland Ford. And that also tells you how quick these laps are. As we said, 15 seconds a lap at Bristol. The fastest lap of the race so far is set by the 5 car Jay Jefferson at 128.4 miles an hour. And look at Sky Commons look to the inside as he's pulled up to the back bumper of Dylan Young. See what happens off the fourth turn. Nothing doing for Commons just yet. That's Commons in the green 26. Dylan in the black number 2. Young is starting from the pole, has led every lap so far, but this may change it. Here comes Commons, sticks a peek in the inside. Nothing doing again. On board, Sky Commons' car again in the Quicker State Ford. He moves inside of Young. Here he comes off the fourth turn. I think Commons may have him this time in the turn number 1. Nope. Off the fourth turn, Sky gets a run again off the fourth turn. It seems like Sky gets his runs off the fourth turn when Young pushes up the track, and the yellow flag has flown again here at Bristol, and it's Johnny Gardner, number 7, that is spun. Leaders go up the track here as Gardner Johnny getting spun while running in the back of the pack, though. That's bad. And, of course, not to mention Johnny running his car in honor of Alan Kwiecki. Of course, this was the event in 93 where Kwiecki unfortunately got killed in the plane crash at Bristol, since this is a 93 car set. So caution 3 is out, and here's why. Johnny Gardner, he and Jose Mills got together while running 29th in the field. And, of course, some of the top guys running in the back, like Charles Saber. But anyway, Gardner just gets together with the 31, spins around in the number 7, and apparently no harm, no foul for the part of the 27 team. I'm not sure if anybody else got crashed or not. So the third caution flag is out here after a fair green flag run here at Bristol, but Nonetheless, we're not even halfway through the field. We're not even halfway through the race here. As we're about to complete the 31st lap of this event, so we'll still have 44 laps to go in this race. Reset the order for you here. Dylan Young leads. Sky Common second. Third is not Johnny Gardner. He's 35th right now at the moment, a lap down. Jay Jefferson is third. Fourth is Cole Deaver. Fifth is Keith Badson. Jesse Turner is a lap down in 36th position, not on the lead lap. Becca Tellier is in 6th position in car number 6. William Brock, who started this race in 3rd position, is dropped to 7th. 8th is Jonathan Zorlin. 9th is Kyle Matthews. Diego Yepes with a good run, running in 10th position right now at the moment. Preston Plord, who's started this race back in 22nd position, is right now up to 11th position. So Preston having a pretty good smooth drive to the front. Seth Cole's in 12th position. 13th is Paul Minnick. 14th Eli Bright. 15th is Jessica Shelton. 16th is Kat Batson in car number 16. 17th is Vince Almarego. 18th Mike Becker. 19th Zachary Fitzwater. And Ty Dent runs in 20th position. He's sitting last in the points coming into this event. So Ty with like a pretty good run here today. Dylan Poteet's in 21st position. 22nd is TJ Dent. 23rd is the points leader Joshua Osborne. And the way it's going right now, he will not be the points leader coming out of Bristol because he's 23rd. And William Brock, who's second in the points, is right now running in 7th place. 24th is Mitchell Collins. 25th, Quentin Moore. 26th, James Henry. 27th is Charles Sanford. 28th, Jose Mills. 29th is Zach Winkle. 30th is Rob Evans. So pace car lights are off here. Johnny Gardner and Jesse Turner will make their way to the inside. Now, we'll keep an eye on the lap cars because they can present a problem, especially in a place like Bristol, where you got cars that, as we saw on the first caution flag of the day, they do get a little bit wide coming off the second turn where it just came off of right now. But it's a problem we'll look at. We will keep an eye on here. As the green flag will fly on the 35th lap here. So we will have 34 in the books and 41 to go here in the Food City 500. Dylan Young's led all the way so far, but Sky Commons have a pretty fast car at 26 machines, so we'll see what happens here on this restart. Johnny Gardner and Jesse Turner would like to get their laps back, and let's see what happens off the second turn. Young gets off the wall a little bit. Cole Deaver, look at that 3-car go! Cole Deaver to the lead in the GM Goodrich Chevrolet, and Keith Badson goes to second place now as they move inside of Gardner for second place, or actually try to lap Gardner again. But anyway, Gardner wants to get his lap back if we can get a caution flag. Jesse Turner is leading Cole Deaver right now, so he like a caution. See a caution right now. KB teammates here, Keith Batson and Becca Tellier. Becca goes by him for second place. Batson now under fire from the 4-car of William Brock. Zorlin in 5th position. Kyle Matthews moves ahead. Diego Yepes goes by Dylan Young. Paul Minnick is there. And look at Seth Coles. Floored at throttling at 98. Bojangles car. Pair of black cars going at it. And another pair of black cars. Black and green for Kyle Matthews. Black and white for Diego Yepes. Poetry in motion at almost 130 miles per hour here in Bristol, Tennessee. As Cole Deaver leading him down, showing the way in the GM Goodrich Chevrolet. He is trying to become the second 2-time winner this season. Jessica Shelton has won the last 2 races we mentioned at Darlington in Texas. Deaver this season won at Atlanta in his home state of Georgia. Yellow flag flies, and that's a break for Jesse Turner because that means he's back on the lead lap. And it's Charles Sanford in 24 that spun. Charles having a horrible day so far. in that number 24 machine. He had a bad quality run back in 21st position, and he has since dropped back. He was running 27th when he spun. And let's watch what happened. He was running along with Vince Almarego, Quentin Moore, and behind him was the 15 of Joshua Osborne. And let's see who did it right there. I think, yep, it was Almarego and Sanford that got together off turn number 2. I thought for a second maybe Osborne tapped him, but Osborne was nowhere near him. Woo-hoo-hoo. Zach Winkle got lucky. Rob Evans got lucky, and the 17 and 12 just about hit the 24, but just missed him by an eyelash. But I tell you what, the Sanford's car, as he gets his car cranked back up and back going again, but unfortunately, he was 27th and is now 34th position at the moment. So Charles Sanford, not a good day for him at the moment in Bristol, but hopefully for him at least, it will get better. And I think my mistake. I think Jesse Turner, as we said, is back on the lap. He's actually now a lap down. He may have been two down, and trying to get one back. So Johnny Gardner is. So they're both now. So both he and Johnny Gardner are both a lap down, and we are about to see if we can. We're about to see if they can get back on the lead lap after this restart. Green flag is back out again on lap number 47. Johnny Gardner trying to pull ahead of Deaver. Here comes William Broccoli. It's a train to the inside, just like we saw Deaver do on Dylan Young. And look at Brock in that 4 car. Gets a big shot going into turn number 3, just like Deaver did on Dylan Young. Deaver barely led that lap off turn number 2. So now Gardner and Turner are back on the lead lap. If we can get a caution flag and Waiter bounce off the wall right now, we may get it. That caution, by the way, was the 3rd of the race so far, and I don't think we're done wrecking yet. And oh, Young just about turned Deaver in turn number 2. That was awfully close. And we are under yellow now. So Gardner and Turner's back on the lead lap. William Brock leads. It's Jose Mills in 31 that has spun, and I think Brommer may have been involved as well in 33. So 4th caution of the day flies at Bristol. So it's been typical Bristol action in the Food City 500. And let's see what happened to cause the 4th yellow to fly. It was Mills and Sanford that got together. Brommer got the wall. He and Mills didn't start to grind tires, and yeah. Bloomfield gets into Mills and spins him for no reason. And Ron Spurley-Tube pretty alertly gets back, goes on the track, hits the brakes, and misses the crash. So good driving on the part of Raleigh Spurley-Tube in the 27 car. Jose Mills, a little bit of damage to the back end of the car. Well, okay, a whole lot of damage to the back end of the car. Brommer, I think may have gotten out the better of this whole thing, obviously, because I think he's out clean. Maybe a little bit of dent to the side of the 33 Skull Bandit Chevy, but it don't look all that serious. But then again, hey, this is Bristol after all. So the 14 of Nicholas Wade's the only car out of the race, but everybody else is on the lead lap now with Johnny Gardner and Jesse Turner back on. So we now have 21 laps to go here at Bristol. It's William Brock leading, Jonathan Zorland second, 3rd is Kyle Matthews, 4th is Keith Batson, 5th is Cole Deaver, and 6th Dylan Young, 7th is Seth Cole. Sky Commons up to 8th. 9th is Diego Yepes. And 10th is Becca Tellier. Zorlin up on the back bumper at number 4 car. Let's see what happens in turn number 3. William Brock winner of the season down in Rockingham. Well, Zorlin, of course, his best showing so far, a pole in the Daytona 500. This has been his highlight of the season. And in the meantime, Batson and Matthews going at it. Matthews, the winner of the season at Richmond, another wreck fest of a race we had. Matthews held position for the moment, but Batson is not giving up in that 20 car. He wants his second win in a row at Bristol. Here comes Deaver to the inside of number 3 Goodrich car. He had the lead a while back, but lost it on restart. And Dylan Young also, who led early on in at number 2 Miller Genuine Draft car, as he and Batson now battle it out. Batson up the track as Seth Cole goes by. Here comes Sky Commons in 26. He goes by, or tries to go by. Dips down and he does have position, so Sky Commons in the quicker state Ford. Moving up to the front again. Jessica Shelton, meantime. Solid run. Not really solid for her. She's 15th at the moment, but she is trying to survive this race here as she is trying to pass the 52 Zachary Fitzwater. Shelton at the 14th position at the moment after starting this race in 20th. Laps click off though. We're down to 15 to go here at Bristol, Tennessee. Three wide. Batson tries to dip underneath both Sky Commons and Dylan Young. Young in 6th position. Seth Cole at the 5th at the moment. And meantime, battle for the lead. Zorlin takes it over William Brock. Here comes Kyle Matthews to the inside as he tries to push the 25 up the track. Let's see what happens on turn number 2. And Cole Deaver starting this mix. Here comes Matthews to the inside, and Matthews is going to take the lead. And here comes Cole Deaver in the number 3 Goodrich car. He's trying for second. And he's got it over Zorlin. I don't know. Yes, he does. And Seth Cole, meantime, tries for 4th position now as he tries to go up underneath William Brock's car. Meantime, Sky Commons has gotten around Dylan Young for 6th place. Giving that Quaker State car a good ride here after starting from the outside pole. And meantime, Deaver's back up the track now as now Brock goes by. Now Zorlin is in hot pursuit of Kyle Matthews with now 10 to go. Coming up for 9 to go now. Can Matthews hold on for a second straight short track win? About to find out, though. He has not yet won at Bristol, believe it or not. He's never won at this track. Deaver now trying to get past Sky Commons in the Quaker State Ford. Deaver puts the back bumper to that 26 machine. Saw from rear bumper cam as from Commons' car gets moved up the track here as now Batson goes by. And now Dylan Young tries to go by in the Miller Genuine Draft machine. Young back down to the 8th position. And Preston Porter right now, you see him running in 11th position as the yellow flag flies once again with now. And it's Ryan Brommer. Oh, several cars are involved. Poti might have been one of the cars involved in the crash as well. And so we have 5 to go, and I don't think we'll get this race restarted. And if that's the case, Kyle Matthews is going to win it with Zorlin 2nd and Seth Cole 3rd. And it's Ryan Brommer in 33. I think that slid, but I don't think he was the cause of the yellow flag. Well, let's take a look and see what happened that caused the yellow flag to fly. And it was the 21 of Quentin Moore and the 27 of Riley Spurley tube. And again, turn 2 is the trouble spot. As you see, this 31 of Jose Mills get off the wall again. Eagle Eye Bright gets through, and here comes. Oh, yeah, Brommer just crushed right in the back of Moore's car, and there you see Spurley tube just crash into him. And several cars are going to just miss that 30. On several cars actually got into the crash, and several cars actually got into the crash as well. I didn't see that part right there. I saw Shelton was involved. Sky Cummins in the 26 who had in the 26 involved. Dylan Young involved. Yeah, watch what happened. There's Sky Cummins. He's just tooling along in our 26 machine. Right into the 21. Darn shame for Cummins. He had an excellent run going on, too. So did Dylan Young. Jefferson gets involved. Shelton gets into it. Yepes, several cars who had good runs going crashed into the car. And Osborne, the points leader, gets involved. Oh my gosh, several cars just damaged up. We will look at in-car cameras on the crashes, by the way, here in a minute. But right now we are getting ready for the yellow and white flags to be waved as Kyle Matthews, for the second short track race in a row, the race ends under caution. And who wins it for the second race in a row? Kyle Matthews. That's him in the 42 car. He will become the second two-time winner of the season after Jessica Shelton recorded her last two at Texas and Darlington. And now Kyle Matthews, who won the season at Richmond, is going to be our winner here today. Zorland finishes second. Third position will go to Seth Cole. Fourth in car number 4 will be William Brock. Fifth will be Cole Deaver. Sixth will be Keith Batson. Seventh, Paul Minnick. We haven't talked about him at all today. He comes up with a nice 7th place finish here today. Preston Plord 8th. 9th will be Kat Batson. And 10th will be Mike Becker. And then Jessica Shelton survives the race to finish 11th. 12th will be Becca Tellier. 13th, Vince Almarego. 14th, Zach Winkle. 15th, TJ Dent. Then James Henry, 16th. 17th, Ty Dent. 18th, Charles Sandberg. 19th, Jesse Turner. And 20th will be Nathan Orman. But there it is. Your winner here today is Kyle Matthews in car number 35, the Mellow Yellow Pontiac. Takes the win here at Bristol for the second time this season, as he won already at Richmond, as we said before. And several cars, I don't know what the heck's going on, coming to a stop here, but so let's take a look at what happened on lap number 69 to cause the yellow flag to fly. And we actually got a couple of in-car cameras in this whole deal here. Dylan Young, who was running in 8th position. Let's ride with him. And you heard Dylan trying to get his poor car to start, but it would not do it. And you got to feel for this man, Sky Commons, who had a tremendous run going on, finishing 7th, and this happens to him. And Sky couldn't get his car to start back up. And from Jessica Shelton's view. And out of our 3 in-car cameras, Shelton was the only driver to get her car to start back up and just keep on running. So again, your finishing order again will be. Yeah, let's go through the entire finishing order here. I mean, this is just absolute madness here at Bristol. So 7 races are in the books. The win today will go to Kyle Matthews, averaging 68.691 miles an hour. Zorland finishes second. Third will go to Seth Cole. Fourth position will go to William Brock. Cole Deaver fifth. Sixth will be Keith Batson. Seventh will be Paul Minnick. Preston Plord eighth. Ninth will be Kat Batson. And 10th position will be Mike Becker. And of course, a good run by some good runs by some of those drivers, especially Paul Minnick. We haven't talked about him at all today, and it's in the 90 car. He comes up in 7th position. So a good day for him. Stayed out of trouble a lot of those times, and sometimes I can get you a pretty unexpected finish. It's always but a pleasant unexpected finish. Jessica Shelton kept her nose clean all day, well, except for that maybe a little bit of a crash, but she does come home in 11th in car number 11, so she gets some good. So she can get some. So she gets some points out of that. Becca Tellier, 12th. 13th of Vince Almarego. 14th, Zach Winkle. 15th, TJ Dent. Then James Henry, 16th. Ty Dent, 17th. Charles Sampler recovers from a spin to finish 18th. Jesse Turner, 19th. Nathan Ormond comes home 20th. Rob Evans, 21st. Johnny Gardner recovers from a spin to finish 22nd. Eli Bright, 23rd. 24th. Jose Mills, 25th. Dylan Pote, 26th. Zachary Fitzwater. Mitchell Collins, 27th. And then the retirees here, Mitchell Collins was the last car to finish. Retired out of the race here or because of crashes, Jay Jefferson, 28th. Diego Yepes. Point leader Joshua Osborne. Well, he ain't going to be points leader no more after this now. 30th. Sky Commons was running top 10 all day. Gets caught up in a crash with 5 to go. Ends up finishing 31st. Dylan Young, same story, 32nd. Riley Spurley, Tube, 33rd. 34th will be Quentin Moore, 35th. Simon Bloomfield, 36th. Ryan Brommer and Nicholas Wade, the first out of the race, in 37th. So the Bristol Demolition Derby, that was the Food City 500, is history. 7 races in the season, and 2 drivers have won twice this season. Jessica Shelton at Darlington and Texas, and now Kyle Matthews at Richmond and Bristol. 2 of the short tracks on the season. So, average speed again, 68.191 miles per hour. And if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the Short Sports Gaming channel. You never races, gaming brilliance, whatever person on the NNSCRA set goes ours for his channel. And please be sure to check out the please be sure to check out our other NNSCRA series. Please be sure to check out the Coors Light Truck series, the Last of Us Light series, Pizza X series, and the Hershey's Cup series. Please be sure to check those races out, as well as the Boesser All Pro Series and the Marvel Studios Cup Series. Please be sure to check those series out. Some of the best offline stuff is right here in the NNSCRA. So for some of the teams, it's going to be a lot of work to prepare for the next race on the tour at North Wilkesboro, which will be the first Union for him. That's going to be next on the tour. He'll be second officiate on the short tracks here, and after that will be go to Martinsville, and after Martinsville, from the shortest and after the shortest and slowest at Martinsville, you go to the longest and the fastest at Talladega. So that's what's coming up this seat here at in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. So for now, this is James Qualls in production of the NNSCRA. Off on racing at its best. Congratulations once again to Kyle Matthews, the winner of the Food City 500s. Here, catch you later.